The following is an exclusive presentation of the Nccu Sports Network.
CBS. That stands for Car Buying Simplified. Shop CBS Mitsubishi in Durham or choose from over 500 quality used vehicles at any of our 6 convenient locations. Hurry to CBS Mitsubishi at cbsqualitycars.com.
Bumps into Nate Maxey. Here's Kevin Crawford, the lefty. Sensational sophomore from Blythewood, South Carolina with 6 points. 91-45 the tally.
Yeah, right now he's proven to be a commodity, and if he can give us these type of minutes as a backup point guard and do this type of damage, you know, that bodes well for us.
Jermaine trying to drive, has it blocked. Up the floor to Ferguson. Ferguson slams it down, and the foul. Mama, I love you. It's Ferguson now with 11 points. Crawford, right side pass. Jay Copen had been there for 2 years, and he's out this year. Ferguson behind the back pass to Hood. Hood elbow jumper. That's exactly what he needs to do. He's got that silky smooth jumper. He's extremely long and athletic. Hood tipped up into the hands of Sellers. Sellers can't come away with it. Ingram back in the lane. Now they go right side in the corner to Parks. Parks 3 on the way. He is 8 for 13 from three-point range in his career.
Yeah, he's an efficient shooter. He just, because we use him as a post player, he spends a lot of time in the post, but he can do it on the perimeter
What a
as well.
play by Kevin Crawford. One-handed steal. Mama, there goes that man. Windmill dunk. 106-54. Forget the dunk, Kevin Crawford. Did you see that?
That was awesome right there. That's real court awareness right there by Kevin Crawford.
28 points.
You know, we started off slow, picked the tempo up, and we just did what we had to do, listen to coach and execute it.
Start, you know, what was the coach really hammering into you guys, and what was it that propelled you to go forward and continue rolling in the second half?
Well, he wanted basically like just pick up man, full court pressure, and just don't do dumb stuff like gamble, foul when we're not supposed to, and just listen to him on the defensive end.
Kevin, you look like a completely different player from last year, man. More confident. Where's that coming from?
Just practice. I mess up in practice, and he gets on me, coach gets on me, and I just listen to him and take it as constructive criticism, and I just try to do my best whenever I get called on.
I know last season you weren't getting into games until later on, but you got in the game early tonight. Was that due to the injuries or just because you've been playing so well in practice?
I think it was due to the injuries. Nimrod, he got hurt earlier, and yeah, I think it was due to the injuries, but I'm just glad I got called on and did what I had to do.
Any indication of, because of your performance tonight, that you may get no minutes this season?
I don't know. I just take it one day at a time. Just try to practice well, come in. I'm just worried about practicing well tomorrow, just following up from tonight. Yes, sir.
Before we get to your teammates, talk about your individual performance here. 10 points, 10 assists, a double-double for you. How do you feel about that performance?
It was actually my first double-double ever. I've never did that before. That's something I'm proud of. But I'm kind of disappointed. I had a few turnovers. You know, I just tried to take care of the ball and execute and did what coach said do.
Jordan Parks on the floor put up 30. Anthony McDonald with 22. What's it like having them on the floor to dish the ball Moton?
Oh, man, they leaders. Just listening to them. It's like, now that Poob and Jeremy gone, they up next, and just got to listen to them. They leading as well, though.
You guys go on the road on your next match. How do you feel going into that?
We're going to be well prepared. Nimrod's coming back. We should have good practices because he going to get into us tomorrow. But, yeah, we should have good practices, and I think we're going to be fine.
We played good. You know, we got our first win. That was the goal, get a win on the board. There's a couple things we need to fix up and go back to the drawing boards. But overall, it's a win is a win, and that's what we look forward to.
30 points for you today. How are you feeling out there on the floor?
I'm a bit upset with myself. I missed a few bunnies that I shouldn't have. But I mean, couldn't have done it. My man Kev dished out 10 assists today, so you know that credit goes to him. That's not me.
Talk to me about Kev, man. He looked like a completely different guy this season, man.
Kevin, that's my man, and he you know, that's the big thing with him, his confidence. I think sometimes he lets the crowd and outside factors get into his head. But today, before the game, we knew he would play. It was time for his number to be called, and we spoke with him and told him, like, listen, don't let anything distract you. You come out, play your game. And he's a Walker legend here. So we told him, play like you're in the Walker. And he played a great game. That was an amazing game from him, 10, 10, and 6, I believe.
You know, despite the margin tonight, man, I thought y'all looked sharper against UNC than y'all did tonight.
Yeah, that's all preparation, and that's what I mean when I say we got to go back to the drawing board. We got to fix things so every day we come out with the same intensity and just that knack for the ball. I think against UNC it was more, okay, we're playing UNC, we need to be, you know, on point. And tonight we seen I'm not going to say a weaker opponent, but a less competitive opponent. And guys just got caught up in the crowd. It's the first home game, so they wanted to get, you know, flashy, things like that.
Would you say that's a sign of a lack of leadership when you allow the guys to play down to the competition?
Yeah, and that's what me and KJ got to work on. I know KJ's been a leader for a while, but I'm stepping into a new role here. And it's a few things that I need to work on. And I try, but I promise we'll get it right.
From one big man to another, talking about KJ, he pulled down 13 boards today. What did you see from him?
I seen him aggressive on the boards today. He's normally a guy who he likes to box out and not really grab for the ball. He'd rather someone else clean it up. But I'm happy to see that he was a little selfish on the boards today.
Well, you're no stranger to the spectacular. You had a big breakaway dunk here. What goes through your mind when you see an opportunity like that?
Momentum. I know things like that. They change games. And although we was up, but you know, I mean, at the same time, I'm enjoying myself. I like to entertain the crowd and also just get my team going. And that's what I do.
You know, you call Crawford a Walker legend, but obviously you got a reputation in here because even when the crowd sees you on a breakaway, they start standing up out of their seat waiting for you to do something.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a good feeling, you know, to be, you know, kind of somewhat of a crowd favorite. And, I mean, that's part of the game, and you know, excitement. And I like to give excitement. I think that's my role as a player, to, you know, motivate and show guys that, you know, when you play hard, good things happen.
You go on the road, you take on Creighton next. How do you feel going into that game?
I feel good because I've seen improvement every week. So this week we got to just grind and get down so we are prepared for Creighton, because last year they were a pretty good team, and I'm sure they have good pieces coming back. But we'll be ready.
You know, y'all know me by now. I'm a perfectionist. You know, I thought we did some good things, but overall I didn't like our basic fundamental principles. I didn't like our communication. I thought that was non-existent. And that's tough when you have a bunch of new guys. They don't understand the level of communication that it takes to be a successful team. I thought we were pretty mute on the defensive end of the floor. Our passes, really too soft. We had 21 turnovers. That's glaring. This team did not press us or get up in us to cause us to have 21 turnovers. I think we got to be more efficient from the free throw line, and I think we got to pay attention to detail a little more, and that comes with time over the course of time. These games, it can be fool's gold at times because the score is really not indicative of how we played each and every single play, and that's what I focus on. And I told them we must do better.
You mentioned turnovers, but on the other side of the coin, 27 assists for you today,
yeah.
And 10 of those coming from Kevin Crawford, his first double-double.
Yeah. That was really great to see. I stay on him all the time. Even though he's a walk-on, this may have been he may have played more minutes tonight than he has in his entire career. But I stay on him because I told him from day one, there will come a time when the coach asks you to go into this game and perform. And it might be 28 seconds, it might be 28 minutes, but you have to go out there and be productive. So hopefully he got the point. And it's tough. He did a great job filling in. I've never played without, both of my point guards are hurt right now. And, it's tough. It kind of set the team back. And we look a little sloppy and a little errant at times. And, people had to step outside of their comfort zone and do some other things. And he was one of the guys that stepped up.
But, Kevin looked real comfortable out there, man.
Yeah.
You think he could probably get some more minutes earlier in games?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's all up. I just play the best ones. That's my job. I'm not married to any five. I'm married to the five that's going out there giving us a chance to win basketball games. So hopefully he can, gain some confidence from this and carry over into practice.
Tell me this, Coach. How do you look sharper in a loss to Carolina versus tonight?
Well, it's so many different dynamics. Number one, it's human nature. Teams have a habit of, taking teams for granted. Carolina's a little different because you got to go in there and fight. It's like being a wounded animal. If not, that lion is going to kill you and eat you alive. So you back against the wall and you got to fight. And once you play this game, now the roles reverse, and we're not that good to just walk onto the floor and think everything is going to go our way, which is great. I would prefer for it to happen that way because now I have their attention. And there's so many new guys that we're trying to get accommodated. And, take into consideration they've been on campus, some for a year, some for several months. And, everyone has told them, look, we're looking forward to you guys playing and seeing you play, et cetera, et cetera. Their families and their friends are here, and this is their first time playing in this gym. And that right there can be a special dynamic itself and set you back. So we got to get the cobwebs out. It's going to be tough. We got to get our people back healthy. But, regardless of how many players we have, no one is going to feel sorry for us. No one cares about our problems. If anything, they're glad we have them.
Would you say it's a leader when, you don't let the guys don't get up for this game? Or would Poobie and Germ have still played down to the competition?
Well, the thing is, I had the same conversation with this team that I had when Poobie and Germ was here. That team, last year's team, didn't hit their mark, and I felt it as a coach until the FAMU game in here the second time, and I thought we had an opportunity to be special. So it always varies from team to team, and those issues, they're kids, man, and kids think they have life figured out. And it's tough trying to get 15 of them on one accord when they're all bonded together thinking they have it figured out. So we'll go back to the drawing board and just show them on tape and show them what worked, what didn't work, and hopefully they'll buy in.
Yeah, out-rebounded College of Faith by over a double margin, 48 rebounds for your team. KJ with 13. What do you work on in practice that you saw carried into this game? And talk about KJ's performance on the boards.
I thought KJ was good. I praised him for having 13 rebounds. The thing with KJ, he's such an unselfish kid that I think he's being selfish when he's unselfish. We need for KJ to be selfish by shooting the basketball. And, the kid don't care about anything but winning, but we need him to score and take those open three-pointers and just those looks. Whether you make it or miss it, we'll get on that later, but just so teams can prepare for it in your scouting report, because he's too good of a basketball player and too skilled for teams just to lay off and not respect him out there. So I'm pleased with his rebounding effort, but I wanted him to possibly at least have a double-double in here. And if you look at it, he took the third least amount of attempts, on our team tonight. And I want him to be extremely aggressive.
Game high 30 points from Jordan Parks. What did you see out of him tonight?
I'll be completely honest with you. I told him it was fool's gold. He was really efficient last year, and the reason he was efficient was because number 32 was out there with him, and he gave him the basketball in some beautiful situations. 32's not out there anymore, and he has to learn how to manufacture points in other ways, and he has to be a lot smarter. And I told him, look, it's a lot that comes with being on this poster, with being the face of the program, and that's, number one, me holding you accountable. And he just made too many mental mistakes. He started off missing a couple of layups, and he haven't performed well in practice in terms of his energy level as far as I'm concerned. Now, he's been banged up and giddy, but, once you step out on this floor between those four lines, I'm going to hold you accountable. And, I thought that was kind of fool's gold. We need him to make those layups and make his free throws and just be clicking on all cylinders because he's a senior.
70 field goal attempts for North Central today. 63% from the field, also able to hold College of Faith under 40% from the field. What is it about the offense that was able to make them efficient enough to get those 70 field goal attempts?
I thought we shared the basketball. That's indicative and predicated amongst the 27 assists. I didn't see any selfishness out there. And, a lot of times teams have a tendency to become selfish when they know they're going to blow a team out or something like that. So we shared the basketball and we kept the basketball moving. Got to do a better job in passing and creating for others. But, at least our mentality is to share the basketball. So that was definitely a start.
You're on to Creighton next. What are you going to be working on in practice, and how are you feeling going into that game on the road?
We're working on everything. We're so far behind, man. We don't even have a press breaker right now. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't had people to, we ain't worked on our fast break offense because we ain't even had 5 people to play against 5 other people to work on that. And those are the smallest and the subtle things. If you look on our bench, we had more people on the bench in street clothes than out here. So it's tough, man. So we'll try to go back to the drawing board. Creighton is really good, and we're going into a brutal part of our schedule. But our main emphasis is just to get better each and every single day. We know they're a high major basketball team, incredible basketball program with what McDermott has done, and he has that thing rolling, and they're tough, they're physical. And, they lost their son, but they got a lot of those guys returning, so we expect a great battle.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.